rolling.
Wonderful. Welcome to the Recreation Commission meeting on Thursday, July 20th, 2023. Oh, I'm sorry. That was our minutes for the meeting before. But today is October 19th, 2023. We're the members of the committee that are here: Angela McHugh, Kathleen Evans, and Ryan Tully. And I'm Kathleen Woodward. I'm the Recreation Director. And do I have a motion for the minutes to be approved from Thursday, July 20th, which was our last meeting?
I make the motion to approve the minutes from July 20th.
I second that. Yes.
Wonderful, thank you. And we can get started, I believe, on our agenda for the evening. Wanted to talk about movie night, which we had on August 11th. We showed the movie Lightyear on the screen in the Upper Town Park ball field. It was a great success. We had Diane's Lemonade there, Sweet Standards, Sweetie Shaved Ice, all there selling their goodies, and everyone enjoyed it. The recreation department, we provided water and popcorn. It was quite the large crowd, a great event. Everyone seemed to enjoy themselves. It went till about 9 o'clock. And thankful for the DPW who had, cleaned up the field as they always do. There's such a great group of people there. And they also sprayed for mosquitoes, which was definitely very helpful. But August 11th was also the same day that was the zip trip. And it was also the last day for all of the summer park program and summer swim lessons and the swim team. So that wrapped up our wonderful season. Do you guys have any questions or comments about the park?
No, I'm glad it went well. Very clear. Yeah, it's great.
It's fun. So our second item on the agenda is the park and pool program recap. We had a very successful summer season. The park program averaged about 85 to 90 children a week, and the program ran for 6 weeks. We had scholarship money that was donated to us by a former town member, and which helped us to give 2 families with 2 children the cost about 8 weeks of the summer park program. So that was a wonderful donation, and we are grateful for that, and the families are very grateful as well. Along those lines, we received a $300 donation from the Whitman's Mothers Club, which we're very grateful for, so that will be deposited in the scholarship fund for next year.
Awesome.
Swim lessons average about 20 swimmers a session. So the way that swim lessons runs is that there's 3 sessions. We have 3 sessions, and in each session there are 3 classes. So 3 half-hour classes, and they run for 2 weeks. And we had between 20 and 25 kids every session. So that was wonderful. And have to give credit to the amazing staff, the water safety instructors, and the lifeguards who provided a great program as well. And also kudos to the amazing park program staff, because they ran an amazing program and kids kept wanting to come back and add more weeks on, and it was wonderful to see. So grateful for the leadership of Gabby Callahan, Angie Pulio, and Abby Raposa. They were absolutely phenomenal, and then everybody else, they all worked so well together. It was a great team. Hoping they'll all be back next year. Our swim team had 13 members, which was up a few members from last year, so hopefully the word is out and we will continue on that upswing. We sold about 150 pool passes throughout the summer, and many people use the day passes as well. So it was a very successful summer park and pool program. Do you guys have any questions or thoughts about that for next year or anything goes along?
Have we gotten a donation from the Mothers Club before?
Yes, last year we were on their receiving list of
That's awesome.
donations. Yeah,
That's
so
really
grateful.
awesome.
Do you only take donations of money, or do you also take donations of supplies?
We've never really had donations of supplies. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to, receive supplies. People have donated like extra arts and crafts supplies that they've had, and they've just brought them to us, kind of thing. Just like here's a donation kind of thing. But we haven't really ever gotten any specific donations for specific things. Not since I've been around, anyway. All right, we'll continue on. Our next item on the list to chat about is field usage. For the fall season, football, soccer, softball, baseball are using the various fields throughout the town of Whitman. And those programs wrap up usually the first to second week in November. We have supplied porta potties at Memorial Field, and those will be taken down the week of November 11th. Maintenance update. The maintenance department has submitted a capital request for maintenance at the pool house, which will deal with some of the plumbing and electrical issues to fix that need to be fixed. Some pool deck maintenance, fence repairs, and possibly adding more fencing around the pool area to help with entry and exit, making it smoother, and safety as well. We have had some issues with the locks being broken and kids, I don't say kids, the people wanting to, play with the locks and the doors at the pool house. So it's a concern that we wanted to be able to address. So Todd is putting that together for us for capital request.
I have one question just back to field uses really quick. Did we have a lot of like private usage for the fields this summer? Or was it kind of the same as always? Like, did people rent it out at all?
So we had Venom Baseball Club and Hitman Baseball Club.
Okay, it's like
rented
the
the
usuals.
fields. Yes, those were the two that have rented in the past.
Cool.
So yes, we did. We received money for that.
Awesome. Sweet.
Also for maintenance is like a new garage door for the pump house to make it a little more secure and easier to open and close.
Yeah.
Which is necessary. We have fall programs. We weren't able to schedule any for the fall, unfortunately, but we can talk about a winter movie night, which is what we had done last year. Like in February vacation-ish.
Yeah.
I do have an idea for a fall program. It's very low key, and if you all were interested, I could do it completely by myself. We could, in the month of October and November, we could do a candy wrapper, snack wrapper turn-in program. So people just turn in the wrappers, and then we send them to TerraCycle, so it keeps the trash down. It keeps people from throwing them on the ground, and it would be a good environmental initiative. But
So how would that work? Are there like containers that would be put in the town hall, or?
Yes, if we wanted to consider it, I'd look into the options. I can either get a container that we just have and label it appropriately, or if I can get it in time, I can get the official TerraCycle containers, which I've already reached out because I wanted them for my daughter's daycare to dispose of them. So I already know the systems in place to do it. It's just a matter of would I be allowed to put that in town hall, and then how would I be allowed to advertise that if we were going to move forward with it. but I don't. I'm starting a nonprofit focused on recycling, so I don't mind volunteering to give me some practice.
Sure, I don't see any problem with that. I probably would just have to check with, and I can do that. I'll check with Lori O'Brien, who is the administrative assistant, and share. So it's Terra, Recycle, and they do like candy wrappers.
They do candy and snack wrappers, so we could even call it a candy and snack wrapper buyback, and I could hand out, like, people could enter into a raffle if they bring something in, and I have raffle prizes I could donate.
Okay,
That's
that'd
cool.
be great.
Make
So
it would be
it would be like a container that would be put somewhere in the town hall.
That I would want your all recommendation on, like, what makes sense. Like, where do we get traffic? Should it be, like, right outside the door? Should it be inside? Like, I know you've done programs before. People, like, drop stuff off. So, I don't know what's been successful.
So I'm wondering, I'm thinking of, like, the average person. I guess if there's like a prize, people would do it. I don't think people would come to the town hall out of their way to throw the snack wrappers away. But I do think if there was like something like a raffle or something that they got entered into. Sorry.
Oh, no. I was going to say, in addition, I think we should have it in other locations, and I can do the work of seeing where else will let us put like a collection bin.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. People aren't going to do it unless we have some kind of prize.
Yeah. I think the only other question I have would be, how do we keep track of who put them in, because I don't want to ask anyone at town hall to keep track for us. I mean, we could, but I don't want to put on top of their work.
Yeah, you know, it has to all be all of us responsible for that.
That's a really good question.
We could put maybe if we made like a QR code that they could scan, and we could be like, we completed it, here's my information. Do something like that. Maybe.
I was thinking about that, and like people could scan it, but like
it's fine, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world. And I can come in and check on it and pay attention, and so I think that's a great idea. The QR code, again.
So
simple.
if we did it for just like a month, like there needs to be like a start date and an end date.
I was thinking, just because there's like trunk or treats and everything coming up, so I was thinking we could start it on next Thursday or Friday, so like before the Halloween weekend, and then have it carry through to like November 17th, right before Thanksgiving, because hopefully they're not eating their candy faster than that. And we'll make it specific that like we don't need the candy. I mean, I guess if people turn the candy in, we'll deal with that. That's fine. But
so is the recycling initiative like tailored specifically to like the plastic wrapping type material?
there's a lot of different programs, but I saw that one in particular, and I just thought that would be something like that would stand out and be really easy for like people to, you know, participate in at any level. But technically, there's other programs where you can recycle more things, but then it gets expensive. And, so that's something
I'll reach out to Lori O'Brien, and then she can share that with Mary Beth or with Kathy O'Keefe, whoever is in charge of that, to see if that's a possibility. So it would probably be like size container, just like a box type of thing where people could just like donate and put it in.
Right.
I mean, they have like a bin outside up there for like food pantry donations, so it would be probably similar to that, but it would just be there for the month.
Similar to that for a month. Yeah, either similar to that or I reached out to the company earlier today to see if they would send me one of the like bins that's like of a recycling bin size. So, but it won't be bigger than that.
Like recycling bin size, like the ones that you put out at your curb, or
if that's too big, we don't have.
I think that's probably too big, because if it is going to be like in the main town hall, so what is the benefit of us getting
to the little? I'll limit it to like just a Tupperware I have at home, like a Sterilite that's like this tall, this big.
Yeah, but just signage on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like so that can just explain that to the administration.
Right.
What's the benefit of us doing that? Do they in return donate money to the recreation department, or does
we could set it up.
so-
We
do
could
you
set it
get-
up like that.
do you get like toys or prizes or you know what I mean, like something like that, or
Or is it more just
So-
like a clean up the parks initiative?
It's kind of like a cleanup of the parks initiative. Again, I'm trying to keep it like as simple as possible. So I was even looking at it as like you buy like the box and you pay like $50 and you put all the stuff. And I was like, I'll just buy the box and then send it back and do all of that. But there are programs, and I reached out to ask about it, where yes, if we reached a certain threshold of filling those boxes, they would make a donation. I just didn't think for like trying this out this 1 month, we just do it like the simplest way
right?
possible.
We
and
also have to
test it.
focus on like that we're a recreation
That's my
program as well. So, but it's nice to get the community involved in something like that.
Well, that's
too,
what I figured is
especially
like
as kids.
something that will give prizes, so that it will be something that
Great.
like the kids will
Okay.
get to have fun at the very least.
Sure, I can share that idea. Absolutely.
Yeah, let me know.
So, what do we think about a winter movie night?
So I do think that having it be February break worked really well, right? You said like maybe
Yeah,
repeat
so
that
I
again?
think that's like that last Friday of February break. That's like is the 23rd, I think, of February. If I was checking my calendar right. Let me look. But, I mean, we can do the same type
Yeah.
of thing. We can have popcorn and the movie, because we can use the PA system, that the movie setup system that they have at the town hall.
Cool.
Can we'll meet again before. I just like.
Oh, absolutely.
We don't need to make a motion now, or do we want to make a motion to set the date
I think we
Is
only
it-
need it for money, right?
for the popcorn?
Yeah,
and
well, we
water and
have
stuff,
to,
and
we
can
would
do
have
that
to
next month?
ask. We have to ask the town hall for permission to use the auditorium, just to make sure that there's nothing else happening at that point in time. So we would, if we want to, I don't know how
You
to.
can if you wanted just to allocate funds for the February 23rd movie night.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll make the motion to allocate funds for popcorn and water again for the movie night in February.
Great.
Seconded.
Sorry, did we say one thing after a seconded? Or
You say yes.
Yes.
Or no. Or no.
Yes.
Angela, yes. Pass. Awesome.
All right, so then the next item on the agenda is the spring egg hunt, which would be in March or April. And I looked at the dates, and Easter weekend is March 30th, so it would need to be before that, either the 16th or the 23rd. And since it's inside, I don't think we won't have to worry about weather. As we know, March can be wonderful or crazy. But we can do the same, setup that we have done in the past. We last year we had a face painter come. We had Sweet Standards was there. We had the Easter Bunny arrived. And then we had the National Honor Society kids help out. They would also be able to help out at the February movie night too, so they like to do that. But again, that's something we can talk about. We just have to choose a date so that I can send a message to the town administration to see if those dates are available
Sure.
for the town hall.
So the February one is the 23rd, and then this one.
So like the 23rd would be the week before, which is what we did last year. We had it like the week before Easter. And the 16th would obviously be the week before that. So like we don't have to have a rain date or anything is what I'm saying. Remember, it was rainy.
What was the
I
date? What was the date that We had it, and everyone was really mad because the kids had CCD. Do you remember? Did we have it on a Saturday or a Sunday last year?
It was a Saturday. It's always been since I've been doing it. It's been on a Saturday.
Gotcha. Yeah, because then if we
So
changed
I
it to
don't
Sunday, they
know.
would just have church. So, just because that was like feedback that we got from a lot of parents was that the CCD kids weren't able to attend. Like they came right when it was ending. But we can keep it on a Saturday, and then maybe when we get closer,
Well, we could
think
change
about
the
time.
times. I guess
Yeah.
we could adjust times if we needed to start it later.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's an issue, but we can, look into that.
Sure. So we want to do the 24th or the 17th? 17th is St. Patrick's Day. Oh, sorry, 23rd or the 16th. That's what I meant.
I say probably the 23rd. I think the closer the better, right?
I agree. So that's an expense that we incur because we purchase the candy and the eggs, and we get the blow up bouncy house.
Would someone be allowed to sponsor the eggs? Like the purchasing of that for you?
Sure. Always a great idea.
All right. More to come next meeting, but I'm just going to note that. To
Okay.
Look into it.
Great. Thank you. Good idea. All right, so I'll ask about the 23rd of March and the 23rd of February. How ironic. to see if the town hall is available.
I'll make sure that I'm free that day to be the bunny.
Yes. Shh.
How many eggs do you usually need?
This is being recorded.
I'll give the bunny a ride to the town hall.
Yes.
How
there
many
we
eggs
go.
does the bunny usually order?
What do you guys get?
I would have to look back as to what Michelle definitely knows. I would have to look back on to see how many we ordered.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to, like 200, 500, 1,000. I don't even know.
I think it was like 500. It was close to that.
I'll just say 500 plus for now, and you let me know when.
Yeah, I mean, we filled it up because we did have a lot of kids coming in. They come from preschool all the way up to 5th grade. So there were a lot of kids that showed up.
Yeah. I think the more probably the better, because you guys like set a limit before they go in of how much they can get.
Yes.
And if you had more, you could up the limit, obviously. So
True. Always a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I'll get back about that.
Great. That would be wonderful. And our next item on the agenda is talking about the budget. So the budget for next year, fiscal year 2025, I believe, is that what we call it? Is due by October 30th. So what you see below is what we have. This is the general fund. So this is what the town allots us, gives us that the town funds. As you know, we fund the programs and the salaries or payroll for the people that work during the summertime, and we have paid for the pool as well. So I just noted that we haven't, I haven't filled in anything for requesting for fiscal year 2025 yet, but if you look at the budget from what we had previously, we had $10,000 for the budget, and then so I just noted that it approximately costs $12,000 for the pool to operate, and that does not include electricity. So the electric bill, as you can imagine, was very high for the summer months because the pump is running all the time. And so we spent $14,270 for pool supplies, for pool maintenance, as well as the chemicals. $2,500 of that was a filter cleaning, which will be needed to be done every year. It has to be done every 5 years or so, or depending on the usage, I guess is how they describe it. So it costs a lot of money to run the pool. So that was mainly what we had requested for in fiscal year 2023, but it was our budget for expenses decreased in 2024, understandably. And then we've been able to make it through this past year just fine. But as things progress and the pool gets older and things are needed, so there's going to be more need, and the cost of electricity, might stabilize. We don't have any idea, but the cost of chemicals will most definitely keep increasing. So that's, something that we have to just think about in terms of expenses. And ideally, it would be great if the town was able to, take care of the pool, because it's
a town benefit.
It's a town
amenity.
Amenity, yes. That's a very good word. But with the cost of it, so we have to try and figure that out, or think about that anyway. So I'm just putting numbers, trying to put numbers together to be able to make it work.
Yeah.
I guess, so that the town is able to fund it. Obviously, our idea is that we fund we have the money that comes in from pool passes and from pays for the people who work there, but the actual physical caring of the pool, decide how that, because we have been able to fund it, we've been able to take care of it, because as you can see, we had $10,000 last year, and it cost over that to run the pool. So we're doing okay, but
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time, as with anything, that's gonna be challenging. So I just wanted you guys to see that.
Yeah, it's important. So will we have the ability to discuss ways to get these funds, or is it really just dependent on the town to vote to cover the budget?
Michelle and I put together the requested what we are requesting, because it's basically salaries for the recreation director. They do help us out a little bit with some salaries, because of the pool is open longer than the summer park program. So the summer park program funds come in, and that's what pays the payroll for and the supplies for the park program staff. But the pool staff comes in mid-June and ends in September. So they do help us out with a little bit for salaries. In terms of requesting money, we just have to keep it, we have to understand that there's not a lot to go around, go around, I guess, and so we try to be reasonable with our expense requests, knowing that we are able to fund, some of it. So, as you can see, it's stayed pretty much the same within the last few years. The challenge is that everything keeps rising. Costs of things keep rising, so.
So then obviously salaries should increase.
And salaries do increase, as we talked about before. It's a $15 minimum wage now, and I'm sure the minimum wage will go up for this coming year. So that's factored in as well. So I don't know if we want to have a discussion about that or what we need to do, but I look at what we have brought in, and I look at the expenses that we have incurred, and just try to make the best, most reasonable request.
So is this something we should just sit with and potentially discuss at the next meeting, or do we want to plan a budget meeting, or?
I think this has to be submitted, did you say by October 30th?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's submitted, and then it's discussed, and then we meet with FinCom to talk, the financial committee.
Oh, there's already a process.
Yeah, and so we talk about it. So we initially put in a budget, and then it's discussed. So Michelle and I will meet with Mary Beth Carter and Kathy Keefe.
You have a bug in your hair.
To discuss.
Got it. I think you got it.
Sorry. To discuss it, and then we go from there.
Okay, great.
No, yeah, and I definitely think if based on last year, we need to ask for more money to maintain the pool, because I think up until now we did a lot of repairs, and if we can just maintain, it would be lovely.
Right, and hopefully, you never know what happens with a pool, but there was recently a chlorine pump put in. They, they redid the sand mix, that the filtration system. So they've, been able to do some things that have been able to help it and maintain it. The pump room now has a ventilation that works. So which helps with the chlorine gases and everything being able to go out, so it doesn't get so because it's an open chlorine tank that it's coming in from, and so that helps the fumes to be taken out, and the moisture as well. So, but it's literally in the ground. Like it's not an enclosed. It's an enclosed area, but it's literally dirt all around it. So, it's it's
Right.
It's a hard thing to be able to maintain,
Yeah.
weather-wise or intrusion, like with water. Thankfully, we didn't have any of the water issues we had the previous year. We did not have any, even though we had a lot of rain. We did not have the water issues that we had before. So, and that's a kudos to the DPW, because they redid all the drains and everything else so that wouldn't happen, and it worked. So, which was great.
So, if we request the funding for the pool and it's denied, like, what conversation are we going to have about, like, are we going to have to think about reducing the amount of time the pool's open for? Would that, like, if it was only open for the amount of time that the park program was running, would that save a significant amount of money?
It would, because it would save the salaries. It would save the payroll. It would save electricity, obviously. It would save that. So hopefully we don't have to have that kind of a discussion. I would hate to have that, because
those are really cuts to, like, people.
and then you have you have a season pass, and okay, so what's the season?
Yeah, so that might
Sure.
end up cutting into that. So, yeah, just stinks.
Like, you almost have to weigh the cost of, like, the season pass and, like, the disappointment of shortening the season, that if this doesn't get approved, do we just, like, skip that summer of doing it?
Yeah, or I don't know. I feel like I've asked this before, but we can't do any sort of fundraising, like, on our own independently, or can we?
I truly don't know. I would have to ask the administration for that. I mean, programs that we run, we do put a donation bin out.
Yeah, that would be
But
good
it doesn't really pay for the event. It just kind of, it helps with, supplies to, get the popcorn or that kind of thing. It's not a great.
Yeah, and we don't typically hold events that are specifically for raising money.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you had like a company or a nonprofit that was already holding an event, would they be allowed to raise money for you?
That is a question that I do not have the answer to.
Maybe it's something you've been asked when you talk about the candy and snack wrapper buyback.
So what should I ask? I mean, it's a town program, and we don't, they pay for programs for the pool, and like people pay for these particular programs. So we're not really a fundraising group.
I can find out for next meeting if you. I know you'd like have to focus on the budget, so I can find out about outside stuff if you want. I can ask.
Sure, that'd be great.
Yeah, like if you're not involved in it, like if it's kind of a community-based fundraiser, I don't know. Maybe we should wait to see if it.
Yeah, we
if
should see if it
the
gets
funding
approved,
right.
because it could just get approved,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and then we'll explore that. But those are questions that
Yeah, I just don't want to see us not be able to open the pool for as long as we would like or anything like that. So.
Well, that's the kind of conversation we have to have, I guess.
Absolute agreement with that. And I mean, I don't have any projections about what pool chemicals will cost next year.
Yeah.
I just know what we paid, and because we do have the pool open longer than we have in the past, obviously you needed more pool chemicals. With the crazy weather that we had, we ended up using a lot more chlorine just to be able to balance the pool as well. So it's one of those, you never know, like,
Right.
what pool chemicals you're going to need to be able to, to maintain it. But it was a very successful pool season, and lots and lots of people enjoyed the pool. So it was definitely great to be able to open it, third week in June and run it through Labor Day weekend. It really was a great thing to be able to do.
So do you need a vote on any of this that has to be submitted by October 30th?
No.
All right.
No, I don't.
Cool.
Because, like it said, it's just the beginnings of the process. So, I certainly will report back once we have more information.
I only have one open discussion question.
All right,
if we're in
great.
there. How are the picnic tables going?
So the picnic tables they haven't started being installed yet. Bruce and his amazing DPW crew, they were finishing up the paving and everything else around town while this weather was still good. And so I know that's the next on the to-do list.
Cool. The paving looks so nice.
It does. Doesn't it look great?
Good.
Oh
With
my
all the
gosh.
flowers in the center of town.
Yes, it looks great.
good.
I know. It totally does. So they'll be able to be put in. They're going to be, there's new ones that will be put in, and like a cement thing will have to be poured and everything else. But the new ones are going in right where the old ones were. So they'll be able to. Bruce was confident that they will be able to, work on that after.
Cool.
The paving was completed.
Nice.
So they're still being stored at the facility. I'm sure taking up lots of
Room they don't have.
I know.
Yeah, I know,
I know.
exactly.
Soon they will.
Soon, hopefully they will. Yes, absolutely.
Great. I think that's the only question I came in with.
Great.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you.